morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Dr. Harsh Kumar Bhanwala, Chairman, and the entire staff of NABARD, I extend a warm and hearty welcome to you all on the occasion of the 34th Foundation Day seminar of the formation of NABARD. Shubham karoti kalyanam arogyam dhanasampada Shatra buddhi vinashaya deepajyoti namostute. I salute the Supreme, who is the light in the lamp that brings auspiciousness, prosperity, good health, abundance of wealth, and the destruction of the intellect's enemy. May I now request Dr. Bhanwala, Chairman NABARD, to please deliver the welcome address.
August Chamberlain, the Nobel Peace Prize winner of 1925, had once asserted that no age can be fraught with insecurity than our own present time. Perhaps in some small measure, this captures the situation in rural economy even today. The numbers coming out of the recent socio-economic survey captures the economic conditions in rural areas. The survey draws a telling picture of the rural economy. 75% of the total earning households earn less than 5,000 rupees a month. Lack of skills drive as many as 38% of the total rural households to work as casual laborers out of their own periphery. While only 26% of the rural households own irrigated land, only 9% of the rural community own an irrigation equipment. That's a very sorry state of affairs, and we need to work by creating more irrigation structures, which we'll be deliberating during the day how it can be carried forward. Perhaps this is an opportune time to march ahead with fresh interventions driven by newer thought processes, stronger action-oriented resolutions embedded in technology, and supported by the policy to put in place notable intention of wiping out every tear of every eye, from every eye. Rural economy, I'll make brief mention of some other issues. Capital formation in agriculture. Gross capital formation in agriculture continues to be a major concern. Viability concerns for remunerative agriculture. The average size of operational land holdings has reduced by half from 2.28 hectares in 71 to 1.15 hectares in 11-12. The increasing incidence of agrarian distress across the country is a major cause of concern for us, and all of us will deliberate in today's seminar what needs to be done and what are our underlying factors for this and what institutional arrangements are required to solve them.
अब मैं श्री हारून रशीद खान, डेप्यूटी गवर्नर, भारतीय रिजर्व बैंक एवं नाबार्ड के निदेशक मंडल के सदस्य का स्वागत करती हूं और उनसे अनुरोध करती हूं कि वे मंच पर आकर अपने विचार रखें।
सम्मानीय वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली जी, राष्ट्रीय बैंक के अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर भानवाला जी, स्नेहलता जी, नाबार्ड के दोनों डीएमडी, यहाँ उपस्थित सारे मान्यगण्य व्यक्ति और मीडिया के बंधु और नाबार्ड के स्टाफ, let me also compliment the management and staff of NABARD for organizing this very topical seminar. And we have a host of eminent people, panelists and participants, almost who's who of the sector. And the topics chosen also very, very relevant. The structural weaknesses of the sector, which gets accentuated when there are seasonal factors. So what are the structural trends which potent threats to the sector? As you know, the share of agriculture has been going down sharply. We know the problems of soil health. Many people talk about killer fields of some of the advanced countries. Water scarcity is a major issue which has become a major threat for the sector. Credit. NABARD's tagline is development through credit. And credit has, as I mentioned, has expanded exponentially. But there are several areas of weakness in terms of geographical spread, in terms of class of agriculture is covered, whether it is certain areas getting more, southern areas and other areas, central, eastern, northeastern getting less, small and marginal further getting marginalized in the process. And we also see rising NPAs in agriculture sector. And very critical, all along we are focused to a large extent in agricultural production and productivity, not showing so much of concern for the agricultural income of the people who are in the sector. That is why we have these issues of indebtedness. People who have done a lot of work in this area for what causes this distress, leading to suicide, whether indebtedness, crop failure, economic failure, social factors, cultural factors, ecological factors, network effect, perverse incentive. There are a whole host of issues people have analyzed. But fact remains, large number of people want to quit farming because the income doesn't provide good income and there's apparently no future. One reason why income is less is, of course, what all of us know is the viability and profitability of agriculture, rising input cost of finance, because we know there are still 40% of finance is from informal sector. And even the formal sector finance, if you add all the cost, in real terms, it may be much more than the nominal term looks like, even after accounting for subvention. So this dwindling income and growing indebtedness is a recipe for a crisis.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my privilege as well as my pleasure to invite Shri Arun Jaitley ji, Honorable Union Minister of Finance, Government of India, to share his vision with us.
The world is passing through troubled times today. We may have some opportunity to cheer, because even in challenging times, India is being looked upon as a brighter spot. But we also have our own challenges, and primarily the challenges lie in the subject that we are discussing today. And I had expressed in a small article that I put on my Facebook the cause for concern. And the conclusion I reached was that the choice that we were making between higher growth and redistribution of resources was actually a false choice. What India needs to survive and grow is actually both. And it is for this reason that we need higher growth on one hand, and we need to flag the concerns of the economy in those sections where the benefits of that growth process must reach first. A day-long meeting that you have is, where do we stand as far as agriculture is concerned? We have significantly achieved food sufficiency. In fact, in some of the key products, our challenge is not the shortage, but it's the surplus. And it is this management of the surplus that we are today grappling with in order to ensure that a best price is able to reach the producer. And the challenges they face with regard to the problems to be addressed, higher input costs, low levels of irrigation, high levels of indebtedness, absence of an effective insurance mechanism, impact of climate change. The recent hailstorm itself was an example. Just last week, 50,000 crores over the next 5 years for the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sinchai Yojana. And I can only tell you that this is the beginning. That the largest chunk of that investment from those additional resources has now to go into both infrastructure, rural infrastructure and irrigation. It is irrigation which is capable of providing us with instant results. States like Madhya Pradesh, which have invested in irrigation, have seen almost immediate results coming in. And it is these examples that we really need to emulate. The price stabilization fund, the soil health card, the soft loan to the sugar mills, the attempt now recently undertaken to unify the agricultural market, the launch of a 24-hour television channel to educate the farmers, and hopefully in near future, a viable and a vibrant insurance scheme. Now this roadmap is very clear. How do we generate resources? I have not the least doubt with the economy likely to move up over the next few years. Resources will be available. And as I said, I say at the cost of repetition, we are fairly clear about the fact that a large part of this additional investment will have to go into agriculture and to mitigating this rural distress and indebtedness of the farmer. I'm extremely grateful that you have extended this invite to me to be a party to the inaugural session. I shall actively await the recommendations that you make today. I have not the least doubt that they'll be of immense use as far as formulation of government policy in this regard is concerned. Thank you very much to NABARD and wish you all the best.
May I now request Shri H.R. Dave, Deputy Managing Director, NABARD, to propose the vote of thanks.
It's not often that Honorable Union Finance Minister visits NABARD, and that too on our Foundation Day. I am grateful to you, sir, for your kind presence. I am also grateful to all the dignitaries who have made it today. We have eminent speakers who will be taking up the further discussions. Sir, the slogan that you have given, if I articulate in 4 words, it is higher growth for higher redistribution. And your assurance that bulk of this redistribution will be focused on rural infrastructure and agriculture. Sir, on NABARD side, we would rededicate ourselves to the issues that we are going to discuss today. I am indeed grateful to all of you who have made it today to this national seminar. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.